Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, January 20th, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. As Palm Coast looks to move its fireworks display from July 3rd to July 4th to celebrate on the actual holiday itself, the city is confronting concerns that its show would conflict with Flagler Beach's long-standing fireworks show on the 4th. John Welker, chief of the Community Policing Division with the Flagler County Sheriff's Office, says both cities can't hold separate festivities on the 4th.
There are only so many resources at the Sheriff's Office in any public and community safety entity. And the more that we're tasked with, the quicker we risk task saturation, and we won't be able to provide the same level of service that you expect from us.
Palm Coast City Councilman Ed Danko suggested each city take turns hosting the annual celebration on July 4th.
I do propose that we consider alternating this date with them. I think that is the fair thing to do and the right thing to do, and then we'll always have two sets of fireworks that people can both go enjoy, and we get to work with our neighbors instead of fight with them.
Vice Mayor Eddie Branchino agreed with that approach.
Alternation should be the way to do it, so this way Flagler Beach and us could do it in a fair way. I think that's the way we should do it, not to strain you.
Palm Coast Mayor David Alphin says he and the city manager will approach Flagler Beach to find a collaborative solution.
It's always in everyone's best interest to find a common solution that fits both actually our one larger community.
The idea for simultaneous fireworks shows was first proposed by Councilman Victor Barbosa last week. Flagler Schools is in the process of rolling out new procedures on school library book access. Amy Cherry reports.
LaShakia Moore, the district's director of teaching and learning, explains how Level 1 access would work.
Some materials would need parent approval first. So in elementary school, there would be parent approval for some young adult books. And then in our high school, there would be parent approval for anything that would be labeled as adult.
Level 2 would allow parents to submit up to 5 books they don't permit their child to read. Level 3 would provide the most restricted access, wherein parents could pre-approve which books their children may check out. That requires a meeting between parents and a media specialist. The new process brought School Board Vice Chair Colleen Conklin to ask district leaders about a controversial book which was recently removed from library shelves.
Well, now that we have this policy or procedure that we're putting into place where parents will have an opportunity to opt out, will the book All Boys Aren't Blue be put back on the shelves and in circulation to go through this process?
Flagler School Superintendent Kathy Middlestad responded.
And my challenge to our team all along has been we need a procedure that our community, our parents are very comfortable with, and we've communicated that clearly. So I want to get to that point before I bring back any other decision change that I may bring forward. Really pleased with the team's progress thus far. I think they've been very diligent in trying to look at it from all angles, everyone's perspective, and then most importantly at our school sites. How are our schools going to manage this?
It remains unclear whether the book All Boys Aren't Blue will return to library shelves once the process is complete. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Rich Petchke takes one more look at the bill that Florida lawmakers are considering that opponents say would gut rooftop solar power.
The measures propose to cut the amount paid to homeowners for excess power that's sold to utilities, who then resell it at retail. Proponents say rooftop solar negatively impacts lower-income homeowners, but SolarFit President and CEO Bill Gallagher questions that argument.
If we really believe that solar is negatively affecting low-income homeowners, then why is it the utility companies can build these massive solar fields, rate-based, that affects the homeowners, all homeowners, but somehow that's not the same as distributed solar?
Gallagher says he knows who's behind the measure.
It doesn't really take a lot of intuition to figure out where the bill is coming from. And I can only say that what I've read was that the bill was introduced by the utility company, and I think it's an anti-solar bill that's designed basically to continue the monopoly status for the utility.
Lawmakers in both the House and Senate say they are open to making changes to the legislation. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
A former Flagler County administrator is the new recipient of a prestigious leadership award. Karen Johnson has details.
The Northeast Florida Regional Council has announced the winners of the 2021 Northeast Florida Regional Leadership Awards, honoring the best projects and the brightest leaders in the region. This year's recipient of the Northeast Florida Regional Leadership Award is recently retired Flagler County Administrator Jerry Cameron. While he received the award, he commends the entire administrative staff.
Well, of course, getting an award like that is a real honor, and it's a humbling process. But the thing I really want to point out is that it wasn't me that got the award. It was the team. Their great performance while I was the administrator there kind of pushed that award over the top. So the credit really goes to the team that's still there at Flagler County.
The Northeast Florida Regional Council is an independent regional government agency providing a regional perspective towards growth management, economic development, emergency preparedness, and community development to enhance the quality of life of Northeast Florida residents. Cameron is glad to know of the capability of his replacement, Heidi Petito.
That's the most gratifying thing that I've experienced, is for her to assume that role and barely a ripple and continue to take the county in the right direction. That's very gratifying to me.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
How much value increase could we see next year?
Flagler property appraiser Jay Gardner says it could be a lot.
Countywide last year, we were north of 9%. That's taxable value after exemptions and caps and all that. Palm Coast, for example, was just over 10%, just within the city limits. And right now, it could easily be double that.
Gardner said that the assessment is actually from a year ago and that it gets paid the next year. Real Estate Matters is on your radio on Saturday mornings at 11 and anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, how the county tax assessor can help you. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.